Social media management is notorious for being high pressure, competitive, and changing literally every day, which is why it isn't surprising that most social media managers get burned out within the first 2 years. So how do you keep going? How do you stay up with the latest updates, protect your mental health, and build a successful social media management business that supports your lifestyle goals? Whether that's working from home with your kiddos or jet setting around the world, that's what this show is all about. Welcome to Social Media Manager Confidential. I'm Shantae Gorman, founder of a 6-figure social media management agency and mentor to social media managers. And I'm here to dish on the ins and outs of the social media management world without any of the gatekeeping that can come along with it. You'll learn, you'll laugh, and you'll leave each episode inspired. Let's dive into today's episode. Hey there, welcome back to another episode of Social Media Manager Confidential. I want you to know that I appreciate you and I hope you're having an amazing week. When you're a social media manager with a full client roster, whether that's 1, 5, or 30 clients, you're going to run into a problem: time. More specifically, not having enough of it. You are the sole reason your business continues running day after day. You're communicating with clients, you're creating content, you're researching hashtags and best practices. There's never enough time in the day and you're stressed and burned out, which is why I've written this episode for you, because I want to make sure that you are making money to support the lifestyle you want, plus actually being able to live that lifestyle instead of working around the clock with your phone and laptop permanently attached to your body. So let's dive in. There's really no one right answer to what should I charge, but I do have a great system for figuring that all out for yourself. Now, it does depend on what you're actually doing as a social media manager. Are you creating any content, editing videos, copywriting, directing, scripting, filming? If so, you're actually taking on more responsibility than what a social media manager actually is, and you should be compensated fairly for it. The cost of your package depends on the size of your client's business and the scope of their project, which means how much work you're doing for them, plus your level of experience, plus your location and theirs. It also depends on the deliverables and how time-consuming each of them are for you. I always recommend charging in monthly retainers because you get paid up front, and it's based on agreed-upon services and deliverables, not how many hours you're working. It's more sustainable, and you know exactly how much you can expect to get paid that month. So you'll figure this out by calculating how many hours per month you'll be spending on average on their package, and then multiply that by your hourly rate. For a new social media manager, I suggest a $25 to $50 an hour rate. These are people that have no or very little real life experience or social proof. For a standard social media manager, so someone who has some experience, it's $60 to $85 an hour. These are people that have had some clients, gotten results, and have some social proof to back up their expertise. And for specialists, you can see anywhere from $95 to $199 per hour. These are people that have been in the industry for multiple years, have worked with many clients, have proven their expertise, and have a lot of social proof to back it up. Once you figure out your hourly rate and multiply that by the number of hours you're going to work, you need to also add on any business expenses that you can pass on to your clients, like subscriptions to Later or Canva, and then factor in a tax buffer. For example, self-employment tax in Illinois, where I am from, is 15.3%, so you would need to add that onto your package, not as a tax rate, but as an extra buffer because you'll have to pay that back to the state later. This will give you a good idea for what your package should be. Most social media managers need to increase their prices and need help calculating everything, which is why my profitable pricing calculator spreadsheet is so popular. And I'll link that in the show notes for you. It's only $17. You can click over there if you're interested. And if you're like me and are a visual learner, I have a YouTube video that walks you through how to do this step by step and also shows you the calculator. I'll link that in the show notes too for you. We're going to take a really quick break from today's episode so that I can tell you exactly how to stop wondering where your next social media management client is, because you can just use my list of the 35 best places to get more social media management clients instead. Get the free guide delivered straight to your inbox by going to my website. I'll link it in the show notes for you. Now, back to today's episode. Now, if you're like, I do want to raise my prices, but I'm wondering how to do this without upsetting my current clients, Then keep listening because I'm about to tell you. But first, I have a couple of points to make. Raising prices is essential for any business to stay competitive because in this case, it reflects the level of experience you have. Of course, you don't want to just raise your rates just because. You do want to raise them as your experience grows. So if you don't have experience, it doesn't really make sense to raise them yet. With inflation, the cost of being a business has also gone up, which means that if you want to continue to make a profit, you'll need to increase your prices too. If your overhead increased, like software subscriptions, for example, then your prices need to reflect that. It will allow you to have more of a profit if you're hiring on a team member to help with the work. You can't afford to scale and hire help if your prices are too low. So how do you tell your clients that the price will be increasing? I have a simple template you can use. Make sure you give them enough of a heads up that it's polite and still taking good care of them. I like to do about 60 days minimum for a notice, which would be 2 billing cycles. When you're crafting your message, think about these things. What's changed about your packages that provides additional value to them? Have you increased your skill set with extra trainings or specializations? Have you been providing them with services they weren't originally included in the package that they agreed to? And when you talk to them about this, don't over-explain or apologize. You've made this decision, and if you show that you aren't confident in it, your client will be able to tell. It can distract from the key message that you're trying to send, which is that you're totally worth it. Now, I will say that you don't have to increase your prices for your current clients. You can grandfather them in at their current rates and raise prices for just your new clients, but you can only do that if you have time to take on new clients. If your current clients are taking up all of your time, then you do need to raise their rates. Some might leave because of it, but others will stick around. The ones that leave will make room for new, higher-paying clients, and you'll need fewer clients to make the same amount of money or more. So here's a script I like to share this time every year for what this conversation can look like. Hi, client name. I've really enjoyed working together this past year. There have been a lot of changes in my business and social media, which means that to be able to continue to ensure great results for you, my rates will be increasing on this specific date. As one of my favorite clients, I want to thank you for making this year so special. And here you can include if you're offering them a special discount from your new full price, which can help ease the way if you have a pretty hefty increase. And then say, I know you'll need a bit of time to think about it. If you'd like to move forward, please confirm in writing that you'd like to continue working together at the new rate, and I'll send over a new contract. Let me know if you have any questions. Now, I do talk more about this, building a package, providing a done-for-you pricing and package menu template, secret menus, contract links, and even offer feedback on your pricing and packages when you enroll in my Packages That Sell class. You can enroll for just $97 or choose a monthly payment plan. Either way, you get access to all of the above. I'll link it in the show notes so you can learn more. I hope you found this episode helpful. If you have any friends who are social media managers or marketers, share the link to this episode with them and help them out. And if you're not already following this podcast, make sure you hit the follow button or the plus button in Apple Podcasts so you can get brand new episodes delivered straight to your podcast app every Friday. Thank you so much for listening. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Learn more about my digital template shop, online courses, and mentorship program by going to my website at sugarpunchmarketing.com. And while you're there, make sure you join my safe, supportive community created exclusively for social media managers. It's 100% free to join and packed with really amazing resources, trainings, and people. See you next time.